Hello, John.
Hi, Ronnie. How are you today?
I'm good. How you doing, mate?
I'm very good. I know you're not going to remember this, but whenever you guys were in Atlanta, when you guys were doing Miss You and going to the B stage,
yeah,
I yelled Ronnie really loud. You looked at me, winked, and pointed. I'm like, wow, that is the coolest thing ever.
I love it.
Yeah. I've interviewed Chuck LaVille numerous times. He's a cool guy, too. So it's a pleasure speaking to you.
Oh, and you, man.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to roll a recorder, do a couple minutes of Q&A, and then I'll chop up stuff later on.
Oh,
okay?
Good, okay.
Tell us about the Essential Cross-Section. Is it kind of like a high school reunion? You were hearing all these old songs and remembering, we're doing it with Beck or the Faces, or, tell us about what it was like hearing it, all this stuff.
Yeah, it's a bit like an adventure for me, and I hope for the listeners, going back through the years, from my first group, the Byrds, through the Creation, through the Jeff Beck group, through the Faces, Rod Stewart, through the Stones, and solo stuff. Just a little reminder, maybe a song might spark something off, like When They Met, like a Maggie May or a Ooh La La or whatever it might be.
Whenever you were hearing this stuff, was there any era in particular that kind of surprised you and said, boy, maybe you hadn't heard something from the Beck group or Faces or the Byrds in a while, and you're like, boy, that was even better than I thought it was?
Yeah, I feel that with the Jeff Beck group, like things like Ain't Superstitious and loads.
Loads?
Taking me back to the old Detroit. When I first went to America in the late 60s with the Beck group, it was quite amazing when I hear things like All Shook Up and You Shook Me, and I don't even know where to start, but I just thought that loads of people might get inspired if they heard things like Jailhouse Rock and Gasoline Alley, Every Picture Tells Story. It just amazes me that I was part of them.
The famous line that Keith Richards says about you and him in particular, the ancient form of weaving, with your guitar playing. What is the secret for two guys with two guitars, sitting there? Is there some sort of just kind of chemistry in between those two that help those two guitar players put out a special sound as one?
Yeah, well, the magic is that it's different every night, is that backstage in the dressing room, the last thing we'll do is play guitar. We play snooker or we listen to other people's records, and when the pair of us do actually come to clash, it's like swaying up on songs that we haven't played for a long time. It might be something like Ruby Tuesday or something, Back to the Drawing Board, or a song that comes out of the blue, or something off of a new album, like The Streets of Love or something. We go, we've got to go back and swat up on this, and songs that we're going to do in the future, like when we come back to America, I want to do things like what the Cat dragged in. There's a new one, so we've got to go back to the drawing board there. And the form of weaving comes in every night on every song. It's got to be right.
You've been playing guitar for, many decades. What is it that you, as a guitarist, what is it that's still magical about picking up a guitar, putting on the strap, and whether it's playing in front of 20,000 people or whether it's, what is it that's still magical for you?
Well, just getting a new angle on the song and remembering the actual chord sequence in the middle eight, and just being on top of it and playing it the best you can.
What's still magical about performing live? Again, whether it's in front of 20,000 or in a club, what still makes it a fun thing for you?
Oh, the fun thing is just delivering the song the best it's ever been heard. And making no mistakes at all.
When it comes to, like, for example, one thing, I've seen the Stones, first time I ever saw them with Steel Wheels with you, whenever you were with them, and I saw up till Bigger Bang here. And for me, one thing that's great is seeing whenever you guys throw in curveballs. It's great seeing Brown Sugar, Jumpin' Jack Flash, and all the War Horses, but, something like Factory Girl or Play with Fire. What are some of your lesser-known favorite Stones songs?
The one you just hit on, Factory Girl, I love to play that. But it's very hard for me to get it included in the set. You know, the same as we've been doing Sway recently, which I love, which apparently not many people know, but I mean, any Stones fan would know Sway.
You guys did Sway at this last show in Atlanta. Worried About You was another one.
Oh, Worried About You, we love that. Yeah. Well, I love all those left field songs. You know, I say, give me more of them, you know.
And you've written a couple songs with Jagger Richards, something that Mick the Taylor and, you know, Brian, you know, didn't do as much. But what is it that you bring to the table whenever you're one of the ones, you know, whenever it's Jagger Richards Wood?
I've cut like 12 songs by them at least, I don't know. But I mean, that's why I included on my cross-section things like Black Limousine, you know, Everything's Turned to Gold. I thought, well, that's a good little down payment there. I'm very proud of those songs. And there's loads more that I wrote that I didn't get credited for, but, you know, that's all part of being in the Stones.
And is being in the Stones as cool as everybody thinks it is?
Yeah, and it's just as full of surprises, you know. It's great. 2007,
what's on the agenda?
Well, I think that we'll come out and play again, like we love to do. And I'm going to do some more stuff, you know, in continuation of my cross-section stuff. Who knows where the Stones will go? You know, we're going to go Europe, maybe India. I don't know. But we don't oversaturate ourselves in America. But I know we ain't going to put down the baton yet.
You're also a fantastic artist.
Yeah.
What is it that must be a fun way to, whenever you're not playing guitar, whether it's in front of a crowd or backstage or whatever, what is it you enjoy about your drawings, your artwork?
Well, I love to do the art because that is something I can do on my own, and the music is a group effort, you know. So the great thing is, when it all gets a bit too mad, I can just go back and paint on my own.
And, you know, your website has a bunch of great pictures, and obviously you have pictures of the Stones and other bands, Beatles and so forth. Is there any one picture in particular, artwork, that is your personal favorite, or do you love them all equally?
Well, I love to paint horses, and I love to do landscapes. You know, I don't just do portraits of other bands, you know.
Right.
Yeah, they're all my favorites, and my new favorite is getting abstract. You know, I'm just doing these abstract images.
Well, is there anything else we didn't go over, whether it's about the new anthology, Stones, your artwork, anything else we didn't go over that you'd like to add?
Well, I just like people to enjoy the cross-section as a little painter's palette, you know, of over the years that I've done. And, you know, some people have said, oh, you know, it's old, you know, corny stuff, you know, up to really original and different stuff. But the thing is, you know, in a palette, there's old paint and there's new paint, you know, so I just thought I'd just give them, you know, a cross-section of what I've done, you know, when I played bass, when I played slide, and when I played, you know, guitar or pedal steel or whatever. Actually, I haven't got any with pedal steel on it, but I mean, people know, hopefully, that I do play that. But the great thing is, all the different bands and all the different struggles that I've been through, I hope any new musician can have such a palette at their availability.
I interviewed Rod Stewart a couple years ago by the phone, and I saw wire copy saying that there's a chance the Faces could get back together for certain special events. Would you be up for it if Rod called?
Oh, of course, yeah. Me and Rod always do things like, from time to time, I did Hollywood Bowl with him. I just did the Royal Albert Hall in London. That was just last year. But the thing is, Rod and I are always ready on call, and we would love any Faces kind of to get together with Mac and Kenny Jones, whatever. But, you know, we're going to also try one day to do You Strum and I'll Sing album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Not As Good As a Wink is one of, I think that's a classic album. I love it. I love the back cover, too, where it's like you guys, the little dolls.
Yeah, they're not as good as a wink. Yeah, I still have my puppet here that guy made. Yeah, I have it in my snooker room. Funny.
Well, that's cool. Well, I just want to say it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. And
you.
Yeah, thank you.
But also, we might see you when we come back, right?
Trust me.
When you come backstage, make a point of seeing me, all right?
Okay, well, thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. You guys have been friends of mine for a long time.
All right, mate. And don't forget Donna and Emily and Fran. They'll all be looking for you.
Okay, well, good luck. Tell all the rest of the guys hello, and we'll see you next time you come to Atlanta.
I will do.
Okay.
Thanks very much.